Anybody shows up today, because this is a weird time for us to be doing this, I know. But I'm going to give y'all a few minutes, and then I'm going to dive right into today's work. Because, well, I got a lot of shit to do. A lot of shit to do. What's up, Steven? We're going to give a few minutes for people to get here. Then we're going to cut some eggs today. Beth, how's it going? From the UK, awesome. Well, I'll try to do the accent from Balls to You, but I'm never very good at it. You know, I really got to quit picking on that guy. I love him. He's awesome. I give him a lot of crap on our news show and everything else, and he's so jacked. If I ever meet him, he's going to kick the shit out of me. He wouldn't. He's a good dude. But what is up, guys? Well, what we're going to be doing is cutting a B.A.N.A.N.A to black pastel clutch, which is just banana black pastel. I'm just making a little joke of the old Gwen Stefani song there. And so we got. Now, this is not going to be a super long one because a lot of you who follow us regularly are probably saying, what the hell are you doing live from your house because your ass is supposed to be at Daytona Beach, Florida? That is correct. So I'm doing this and then leaving. So we are going to be driving to Daytona Beach, leaving today to arrive sometime tomorrow to just hang out at the Daytona Beach show. So we don't have a table. We're just there to fuck off and buy some shit and film some shit. But please feel free to stop by and say hi if you see it. And yeah, from London, so we got a couple of UK guys in here. Nice. And I do like when we get some people from across the pond. You know, London's like or not London, but England's like our big brother we love to hate sometimes. So great folks over there. And I do love banana black pastel. It's one of my favorite combos. So I can't wait to do this. We did some last year. You know, they just make beautiful babies. I've got some other ones. You know, if you guys watched our last egg cutting, I just checked those today. They haven't crawled out yet. Had they, I would have shown you them before we started this. They're getting close. What's going to suck is Kurt's not making the trip to Florida, so he's going to get to be the first one to really see those babies before me, and probably these babies. These, I know what's coming. I'll be able to identify the vast majority of them right in the egg. So, yeah. As far as somebody says, what are your options on the spider morph? I'm guessing Animal Man, you probably meant my opinion on the spider morph. And my opinion's been very, very well documented. As a matter of fact, we have some videos on it that truly show our opinion, and they show why it's backed in our own experience. And, I mean, there's not a lot left for me to say about the spider gene. Obviously, I work with spider. I believe in spider. I think 99.99% she's working. Spiders are great. I'm not saying you can't have the occasional goofy one. In the hundreds I produced, I've never yet seen one that I would say suffered from any life-altering issues. Or is there a wobble? Sure, it's there. I'm not going to lie about it. I mean, it is what it is. As a matter of fact, I'm up front and tell people about it. I just sold a spider the other day in our reptile shop. It's actually a bumblebee, and I had a 10-minute conversation about what wobble is and showed them how that animal showed it, and they still chose to purchase it. I mean, it's not a big problem. Now, I do think that crap husbandry, especially too much heat, leads the spider to get worse. So, and when you see those on YouTube that are like completely wonky, and always, if you watch, always like, I rescued this. Well, okay, then there's your answer as to why it's the way it is. All right, well, I think we've waited long enough. Let me try to get this camera set up in a good spot, and then let's do some cutting, guys. Got me on the lunch break, huh? Now again, I'm flying solo today, so flip around camera. You're going to have to bear with me as I try to... That's going to be the best we can do. All right, I'm not going to be able to see your comments for a few minutes, so if I don't respond, don't get pissed. We're going to cut these eggs and see what we get. Here goes nothing. These are about 54 days in. Oh yeah, they feel ready. You guys know I like to just make the little snip and then kind of... I'm a V cutter. What I mean is I'm not going to cut the whole top off with the razor. And again, I'm not ripping how anybody else does anything. This is just how I choose to do it. And we're going to start the thing off with what appears to be probably a very wiggly black pastel. And I'm kind of seeing that most likely because of the pattern. You can see that single eyelet, how close together that all is. That looks like it's going to be a single gene black pastel. Not a bad start. Of course, we're wanting to see banana combos is what we're really wanting to see in this. Just because banana black pastels are awesome. I still on camera there? Yeah, pretty decent. Here, let's do that. That might be a little bit better. There we go. Like I say, mostly this is done for full disclosure. Oh, that's another little single gene black pastel. Black pastel is strong. The banana, not so much yet. That way people can see exactly the, successes, the failures. You guys are with me every step of the way. I know a lot of people are now doing this same thing. I do believe we were the first ones to ever do the cutting every clutch alive on camera. Damn, can I get a banana in here or what? That one looks more likely to be just a straight up normal. So far we've cut 3 eggs and no damn banana. And I'll kind of give you guys a rundown of all these once I get them all cut. Come on, let me see some color in here. There we go. That is banana, and probably just a straight banana. Hard to tell from the flap I got, but I'm not seeing anything over black pastel-y. They're usually really obvious when they're out. But at least we know the banana actually is the one that got the job done, right? And the pairing was a banana black pastel to a normal. And this is one of our Patreon pairings, meaning that this was a pairing chosen by our Patreon members. And every snake that's a desirable morph at all is going to be a special there. So if you're not involved in that, you probably should be. You're probably a black pastel. Looking at how crazy that belly pattern is. So if you're not on there, you probably should be. It's a great way to get these. So, see if the animal, it depends on. Some might say the normal, some are not. I missed part of that conversation, so I'll come back to that. So far, though, we're not having really great odds on the banana. And that's going to continue. Although that is a wonky looking little snake. That's definitely got something going on in there. Some cool black pastel patterning. So far we've hit 1 banana out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 eggs. That's not making me feel real warm and fuzzy, guys. Make sure you can see these last 3. Maybe it'll get better. There we go. That's likely going to be a banana black pastel right there. You can see the really big eyelets in there. That's a telltale sign of those 2 genes being together. So that's good. Finally. This is going to be a squirting egg here. There we go. Little albumin. These would have likely pipped in a couple of days. The thing with me being gone, I wanted to go ahead and get this done so Kurt didn't have to mess with it. That's, can't tell enough. Probably going to end up being, well, I can't tell. Either a normal or a black pastel. One more to see if we can't get a banana gene in here too. So fingers crossed on this last snake that maybe we go out with a bang. Nope. All right. And that one's likely going to be, looks like a normal from here. So I'll give you guys a quick rundown. Let me see what I can see now. Oh, we have had some good odds, some bad odds. So we'll start with this egg here. And that one you can see is wiggling really good. And then we got this guy right here. There's a good wiggle. This one here, which has definitely got something going on. Good reaction. There's one there I think is a straight banana. There's some movement. One here that, look at that belly. You can see it. Let me get you down there to it. Probably gonna have black pastel in it. It's so far down in there, I can't. Oh, there was some movement. This is the one that I think is definitely going to be the combo. Movement there. Another one that's likely just going to be a normal. There was a little bit of movement. This one here, likely going to be just a normal. A little bit of movement. This one here, that's where are we at? There we are. That's definitely got some black pastel patterning going on or something. There's some good movement. So all in all, not what you'd call great odds in this clutch. And that's going to happen. But we are going to have a lot of black pastel stuff in there, it looks like. Dry that lid off a little bit, put that back on. So I can put those back in the cooker if we finish having a little chit chat here and go from there. So anyway, there it is, guys. And yes, the odds do suck sometimes. And that's the whole point of doing this live though, right? As we do this live, you know, whenever I first broke into this and I started getting into ball pythons and you'd watch a cutting video, it was always people smashing it and killing it. Well, guys, this is not reality. You know, there are times we smash the odds. It's completely outside your control, and there are times like this where you'd like to see it. We saw, what, 2 bananas out of, I think it was 10 eggs? Or was it 9 eggs? Let me double count. 9 eggs. So 9 eggs and 2 bananas. We should have at least seen 4, right? So we did get really shitty odds on that. But that's the reality. That is ball python breeding, you know? And the main thing I look for are the things that I can control. So if you're going to get into this, focus on what you can control and not on what you can't. I can't control what the genetics are going to do in the egg. When it, you know, what the pairing is. What they're going to do is what they're going to do. The odds are the odds. You know, you can't get upset when they miss. You can't get too overecstatic when they hit. It is what it is, and it all works out in the end. That's why they're odds. That's why the house always wins in Vegas. Because the odds are going to work out in the end. It's what happens. Now, what can I control? I can control my hatch rate, right? I can control possibly the amount of eggs I get. I can control my incubation methods. Those are things I control. So the numbers I get worked up over and I get excited about in this are what is our hatch rate, you know? And so far we run about 95% on healthy eggs. We can control that as breeders. We can, you know, do different things and we can try different things to increase that. Can't increase past 100%, but until I'm at 100% every time, I'm never going to be happy. So I'm always pushing to improve that. You know, I've changed my incubation method, tweaked it here and there a little bit over time to get it to increase those things. So I can control that. I track how many eggs we average per female. I track how many slugs we average per female. Can I change things in my feeding regimen? Can I change things when I begin to breed them? Can I do these different things to increase those odds? Do I see a male-female combo that consistently throws slugs? I'm actually looking into that this year to see if I can't change that, right? But the genetics are all pure luck. So for me, I open these eggs, and even if I'd have got 9 normals, would I have been disappointed? Yeah, who wouldn't be, right? But the main thing is, I got 9 live babies. I took 9 eggs from the time they were laid to term, all healthy. They're all going to crawl out. They're all going to be fine. That's the important part. That's what I can control. That tells me I did my job. Even if the dice didn't roll down the table the way I like, doesn't matter. So don't get too hooked up and locked into the odds. Focus on what you can control. That being said, I mean, on this clutch anyway, it's not going to be a really big money-making clutch for me. You know what I mean? See a Chicken King. Because they're all going to go to Patreon. And what I mean by that is every year we take 1 clutch. This year it happened to be 2 because last year 1 didn't go. And we let Patreon vote on what they want. And then whatever we do with that. So this year they chose between the Scaleless Head Lemon Blast male They chose between the banana black pastel male, and I think Zeus was the other option, which is my zebra bee male. I gave them an option of those three. They chose banana black pastel. We put it to one of our big normals who tends to lay a lot of eggs. She gave us 9 eggs. And the deal is every animal that is a morph is a special or a giveaway. That's how it works. So, and then there's other specials and giveaways and stuff throughout the year as well. So, I mean, there's one every month for specials. If it keeps growing, there'll be more than that, more giveaways. But that's where this collection is going. So if you're hoping to see some of that hit the market, you're not. It's not going to hit the open market. I can guarantee that. So anyway, if you want those, that's how you're going to get them. All right, guys, anything else before we hop up off of here? And then I'm going to slide over to Patreon for a while because, well, I got to go over there and then I've got to get my happy ass to Florida. Martok says black pastel all the way. Well, Martok, you're on Patreon. You'll be able to add one of those if you want. Good, Travis. And there is a little perk on Patreon. That's right. You get a discount on TGR racks all the time. We're about to announce here soon another permanent discount for Patreon members. So we do try to hook that stuff up as well. There's been 2 breeders in Kansas, smaller breeders, but producing good stuff that have also offered discounts to our Patreon members when we film there. So yeah, there's some cool shit that you guys can get. We try to make it worth money. You know, I mean, I understand you guys are paying for it. I want to make it worth something to you. What all is in a fire killer bee? Well, you're going to have fire, super pastel spider in that. Oh, I'm sorry, Beth. Well, definitely come on back to us. Sometimes it happens. And I get it, man. Life gets in the way, and, you know, that's a luxury. I understand totally. You know, it's like cable TV. You know, it's not something you got to have to feed your family, so we don't ever get upset when somebody has to step away for a bit to take care of life. That is a lot of genes stored in that fire killer bee. And yes, I am coming out there to Daytona, Lou Balls, just to hang out. I mean, we're not going to be vending. We're probably doing a little filming if we get the chance. There's a few things I'm shopping for. So yeah, that's kind of what's up. Would you pair a Mojave Lesser to Mojave Lesser? Would you be able to identify? Yes and no. So if it's a solid white snake, it's going to be either Super Lesser or Lesser Mojave. If it's a solid white snake with a gray head, it's either going to be Super Mojave or Mojave Lesser. I mean, but you're not going to be able to tell for sure. So you wouldn't be able to get a perfect identification on it. We have been to Denver a lot, Monster Moon. We've gone there several years. I'd like to go back. It's just a matter of having things to take. I know Lesser, I think, gets rid of the black spots. Black Pastel Banana does not. That black pastel is going to blow those black spots through the roof. I will show you because I have one. Where is he? Here he is. Here. This is Dad. Dad's a little guy. This is Dad's first year breeding. And you're going to just blow the color through the roof, and you're going to blow the spotting through the roof. So you're going to have a lot of spots. If you want to delete that, I do know, like I say, some of that, you go here. Some of that other combo stuff, it's not your home, they're your home. We'll get rid of that. Super Banana tends to spot a lot less too. You know, I didn't like the freckles at first, and they grew on me. With that snake, they just grew on me. I almost got obsessed with seeing new ones pop in, and it's one of those things that in pictures I was kind of but in person I was like, damn, that thing's cool looking. And so it's quickly become one of my favorite snakes that I have. Yes, that is the FB20s. So what we have over here is FB20s. We have some FB40s, and then we have some FB70s, I believe it is. And kind of for my smaller males and my grow-ups, they end up in 20s. And then a lot of my bigger males end up in 40s. I have 2 males, or 1 male now that is in an FB70, but that's mostly for my adult females. And I breed, my males go to my females, so they're breeding in the bigger tubs with a little more space. I like the more space for females. I think it gives that female a chance, especially your big girls, to have, they'll take up the entire back of that tub when they're set up to lay. So it gives them some room. My clown male, Anthony, is the one that's in a big tub, but he's also like a 3,400 male. I mean, he's huge. So he has to be in a big tub. It just looks terrible. How many snakes do you have to breed for... I guess I missed what Kyle said. Oh, to get that, he only has to breed 2 if you got the right genetics in him. That is Awesome. Jacob, I've never hatched twins. I mean, never. And 20 clutches a year, that's pretty kick-ass. That's about what we're hoping to do this year. So, and we want to expand it further. I would really like, and yes, we already did cut, to get up to doing about 100 a year, but that's down the road. It's going to take a while. I'm a big believer in slow growth so it doesn't get overwhelming. Uh, First clutch and you got twins and shit. I've been doing this for a number of years and never once had twins. Man, I do want them one day. I know it'll happen, but cinnamon pastel spot nose you've seen for sale. I don't know where you saw it for sale, but it wasn't from me. My favorite clutch this year, Jordan, it's probably going to be the last one I cut. Just because I'm waiting to see some things out of there. It was only 4 eggs, but man, there's one animal in there that I think is probably going to stay in facility and just looks awesome. So I can't wait till it's all the way out and I can really inspect it and share it with you. I mean, we're only 7 clutches deep. I've got a lot more cooking and a lot more to be laid. It's kind of that weird year. So, yeah, that's probably my favorite one so far. However, I have cooking and due to cut soon when I get back, my Exanthic clutch, and that's got a shot for Killer B Exanthics in it, which if we hit a Killer B Exanthic, instantaneously my favorite clutch, just like that. I mean, it's that Zeus was my first gold snake, and then it was to step up to that Killer B Exanthic, and then after that we want to layer in some fire and some yellow belly and really clean that up and do some amazing shit with it. I love our Exanthic stuff. I think that's one of my strong suits is producing Exanthic. Yeah, I can't wait. And over the pond there, yeah, we've had, I think you're the 3rd person, Brass Monkey, that's in England for us. Yes, visual pied to visual pied, you'll have nothing but pieds, man. Hey Drew, before you go, one quick thing. You need to look for the next video we put out, because we did a video that's going to be coming out here soon on cleaning some of our venomous cages and the Gaboon shed again, and we do a comparison of the 2 sheds, and you'll be able to see, relatively speaking, how much that snake has grown since we've had it. It's amazing. It's doing wonderful. All right, guys. Lucas, you just got here. I'm about to step out. I've got to hop off of here, slide over to Patreon so I can do some time over there, and then I got to load the Jeep and get the hell out of Dodge. Kyle, my favorite clutch so far was the Banana Black Pastel to the Calico Blitz. That could change very quickly when the Exanthic clutch is cut. But so far, I think it's that one. The babies aren't out yet for me to share, but it's going to be awesome. If it's not touching the snake, maybe Shane, but I don't even like to risk or dick with pine or any of those kind of woods at all. All right, guys, I am out of here. Thank you all, and I'll see a lot of you down in Florida.